guys, welcome back to my channel, and I am sharing with you today a few things that you can look for to show early signs of hunger for your newborn baby. A couple weeks ago I did a video on my 5 top tips for making breastfeeding easy to get started with, and I will link that up above if you haven't seen it yet. One of the tips that I shared in that video was to keep your baby in the room with you at the hospital, and even when you go home it's a good idea to have your baby in your room with you, especially if you're going to be breastfeeding, because you can watch for those early signs of hunger. Just as a mom, you're probably going to be a light sleeper, and you're going to be hearing noises and things like that that are going to wake you up when your baby wakes up. So it's a good way to know when your baby is hungry because you'll hear them stirring around. You want to pick your baby up and offer them the breast even before they start crying, especially in those early stages when they're just learning how to nurse and you are also just learning how to nurse. Then that's going to help them to have an opportunity to get the hang of it before they're really, really hungry and really, really frustrated. If you think about how you feel when you're hungry and someone's like, well, make a decision on where you want to eat. By the time you're starving, you're not making decisions anymore. You're like, just get me some food, I'm starving. You know, you're just really, really upset, and that's how your baby probably feels too. They can't even think straight at that point because they're so upset because they're so hungry. So don't wait until they cry. The moment you hear them stirring around, especially if it has been about 2 hours or so, definitely give them the opportunity to nurse before they start crying. Another tip for you guys is to, when it's not like nighttime and you can actually see your baby in the daytime, look for things like rapid eye movement. So they might be sleeping, their eyes are closed, but you will see their eyes kind of moving under their eyelids back and forth and around, and that is a good sign that your baby is maybe about to wake up. It kind of signals to what part of the sleep cycle that they're in, and that they're probably soon going to wake up, and you could just kind of get yourself ready at that point. And as soon as you see them opening up their eyes, or even before then, you could go ahead and pick them up and just hold them close to you. They might still be sleeping or sleepy, but it'll give them an opportunity. They might actually try to latch on while their eyes are still closed, which is a good time for you to let them practice, and you can practice when everybody's calm and relaxed. Another thing that you can look for is chewing on their hand. That's kind of like a telltale sign. Most people know that one, that if they're like gnawing on their hand, especially as a newborn, it probably means they're hungry. Another thing that's kind of related to that is rooting. If you put your finger like on their cheek, they're probably going to try and follow that finger. Or if there's anything tickling their cheek, they're going to follow that, especially if they're hungry. They might not be crying yet, but it probably is a good signal that they are hungry, and you can go ahead and try and feed them at that point. So all of these things, the reason that they're most helpful is not that we have to feed our babies like so soon and so early all the time, but it helps because especially as a newborn, they're still learning how to latch on, and you're still learning how to nurse them. And if both of you are frustrated, it really makes it difficult. And also it helps to build your milk supply. So the easier that it is for them to nurse and the more relaxed you are, you're going to have a better milk supply in the long run because of those things. So those are some things that you can do that might be helpful for you. And yeah, don't always go by like a strict schedule. Just kind of watch your baby and watch for those signs of hunger, and hopefully that is going to give you those cues and help you help your baby make breastfeeding easy for both of you. So guys, I hope that that was helpful for you today. It was kind of short and sweet, but if you have any other questions, please leave it in the comments below. And if you have any other tips, please also share those, because I'm sure there's lots of people, including myself, that would love to hear what advice you have to give. And thanks for watching. If you thought this was helpful, please share it with a friend. We talk about everything mom related, from weight loss to breastfeeding to picky eaters and meal prep for the week. All those things and more. So come on back to my channel and be sure to subscribe. So guys, I will see you next time. Until then, be well. Bye.